Well, Michael Martin does bring it up. He says Nick Foles for the Weidel Connect.
Like, seriously, I thought that was
talk.
Dude, I thought that was going to be the convo because he got released. He got released. You know, that's one of the quarterbacks. You was, oh man, Nick Foles over Kirk Cousins, and I was like, yo, he got the high, like he had a high moment.
Career, yes.
But his career, like, get out of here, yeah. And this is a prime example.
His career, yes, not right now.
Nah.
He's terrible. He's got, I guess, how his career played out is just he's got 2 good years in him. That's it. He saved him for Philly those 2 times. The one he won, what was it, like 27 touchdowns and a pick?
It was like the record for touchdown
he went in
to
for
interception
Vic
ratio.
and just lit it up.
Was that with the Chip Kelly?
That was
right?
with Chip Kelly too.
It was the offense.
And then he went on the second time back with the Eagles.
Yeah,
Once
this is after the Rams. And all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Then he goes on the Super Bowl run.
Yeah, see,
but he has been terrible ever since. He has been god-awful.
That was what we were going to be talking about today, man. I thought that was going to come up on multiple occasions. Like, yo, how you feel about Nick Foles, man? What about Nick Foles and Andy Weidel, man? Would you want... They call him BDN, you know? I ain't know. Would y'all want him? That's what I thought the convo was going to be.
I think it shrunk a little bit over the last, 5 years.
It was cold outside. That's what they said, man. All right.
It's cold in Pittsburgh in the winter, so...
But it'd be a little warm sometimes. You know, we got the heat in there, a little heated bench.
He's our third quarterback, though. It wouldn't be the worst thing. I just don't know if I care that much because anytime he has gone in since that last Eagles run, he's been terrible.
But he has won a Super Bowl.
He's been terrible.
But he has won a Super Bowl. That's the one that you bring up. A lot of people have brought up a lot. You know, he's won a Super Bowl. In fact, we were just talking about that with Josh.
Might have just been a moment in time.
No. He has transcended Charles Barkley because he has a ring. So I think with Nick Foles, man, like that pedigree, we don't have that championship pedigree right now in that room.
It would go hand in hand with all these championship type of guys we're bringing in.
That's what I'm saying. And he has the Andy Weidel connection. You know that matters. You need a mentor. Mitch can't mentor the way that Nick can. Mitch ain't been past the AFC. He ain't been past the division round. Nick has taken the team to the Super Bowl and won. He's led. He's done that, man.
I don't care if it happens one way or another, to be honest with you. If it happens, cool. Whatever. You can talk me into it. Seems like a good guy. He'd be the third quarterback. It's not like a make or break type of thing. And maybe he could with his NFL experience. Coach up Kenny a little bit. Give him some experience through osmosis or whatnot. But then if we don't sign him, I'm completely fine with that as well. Because I don't think he's really been that good.
He's
the last 4 or 5 years.
He's a Super Bowl champ though, bro.
Yeah, it was good for him. It was a hell of a run.
Yeah. The Super Bowl champ. He beat the GOAT. There's some people call it the GOAT.
Yeah, he had a good run.
Yeah,
I cannot refute that. You got to give the man props.
Cause I'm trying to think, man. What are your options right now? You got Tanner Morgan.
That's really it.
Yeah.
Or sign one of these XFL guys.
Right.
Or how many of them have gone? How many of them have signed with other teams?
I've seen 3. I don't know who else though after that in terms of just quarterbacks specifically because there's been multiple guys that have signed, but in terms of quarterbacks,
Tanner Morgan.
Because see to me, man,
Tanner Morgan, QB3.
Like Nick, obviously, man, we know the run he did in Philly and stuff like that. And Nick's been around the league for a while too, man. Nick is one of those dudes that's talked about his heart being in it and not in it, flirt with retiring and not retiring. He says that's been his thing like every year. I get it.
That's the first thing you still want to play.
Yeah, like where's your commitment level at? What's the dollar amount? Because if I remember correctly, because Mitch and Nick have been teammates before as well.
I was going to say, was there bad vibes there, bad energy? Like, but I feel like both those dudes are good guys.
That's what I'm saying.
Probably not. They understand it's a business.
Right. I don't think there would be any issue between those two.
No.
I think I pay Nick less than I pay Mitch.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm paying him the bare minimum. Literally wherever the minimum is.
Yeah, just don't be working like that with quarterbacks all the time, though. Not with quarterbacks that actually have had accomplishments at this level because of the nature of the position.
What you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
$2 million max. I'm not trying to go any more than that.
Yeah, I don't hate it. The number would be the big thing for me, though. That's outside of Philly, because I'm like, even in Jacksonville, he got paid to go to Jacksonville. And that's when we
Trash.
found out about Gardner Minshew. That's
Yeah.
when Minshew Mania started. Yeah. Chicago, he got beat out.
He always has like a game or two.
Right. Because he beat Brady in Chicago.
I don't even think he played well.
Right, but that was the whole narrative. Beat Tampa Bay Brady. Yeah.
Here's some guys that are available. Wentz. Matty Ice. Teddy B.
2 gloves.
Mason. Flacco. Foles.
Oh, you said Mason? Which Mason? The Mason?
Rudolph, yeah.
Why?
Flacco, Foles, Chase Daniel. Josh Johnson.
Chase did get... I thought Chase retired.
I think
I
you're
could have
right.
sworn I saw Chase retired, man.
John Wolford.
I'm good
Jake
now.
Luton.
Mm.
Bryce Perkins. Didn't we go up against him? He was with the Jaguars a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm. Not very inspiring.
Mason would work. Mason would work for us.
We already gave his number away, though.
Yeah, you could pick, like, what's available? Like 13?
Mm.
Go with that. No, Mason would be a good one. Flacco, low-key, makes sense. We talked about that before. We thought we were going to be losing Mitch, and he could come in and be QB2.
So where would Nick Foles rank on that list of quarterbacks you just named? Because, yeah, man.
I'd probably take Bridgewater over him right now. I don't like Bridgewater.
Yeah, Teddy 2 gloves. I would go 2 gloves. But 2 gloves, I think, costs more. 2 gloves don't cost more. Because
We really need him.
Wentz cost the most, then it'd be Bridgewater.
I don't think Bridgewater would come here either to be quarterback 3. He'd probably try to
'Cause he
go
wants to
somewhere to
go
be
somewhere.
an actual
Yeah.
backup. We already got a high-end backup. Probably the highest-end backup.
Yeah.
From my standpoint. Mitch. I don't want Wentz. No.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't like that list at all, bro. Outside of
Maybe
2
it's
gloves.
Tanner Morgan.
Outside of 2 gloves.
But I don't think he'd do it.
Yeah, I don't see that. So Nick is interesting, though.
Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, like I said, I'm not pushing for it. But if we get him,
Yeah.
cool. You can tell me on a little bit.
I just hope it doesn't come down to it. But we did see last year where we needed multiple quarterbacks at multiple times. That's all. But hopefully it does not come down to any of this stuff this year. Because, man, that list...
My pick would be Mason. Actually.
You already gave his number away.
Yeah.
You can't...
I don't even know if that's the worst thing that's happened to him here in
it.
Pittsburgh, though.
I'm about to say, because y'all like we could treat people like they are trash, and it'd be like, oh yeah, now come back and work for us because we want you now. We need you now. It's like, bro, he's still
I think
a person.
he'd be the perfect fit, both like where he's at in his career
man.
and like what we could use him for if one of our quarterbacks goes down.
And this is all after y'all done took his number 2. I don't see it happening at all, man. I think y'all call him and he go, oof, Lord.
We haven't heard from him yet.
Yeah.
He said he was open to it. I don't think he does, but that would be my pick. If you're telling me you have all these backups, who would you want to be QB3 next year? Who's your optimal option? I'd go Mason. I would.
Yeah, I'm 2 gloves. I like 2 gloves the most. I just don't. Yeah, that's the one I don't think it works, but I like 2 gloves the most, man.
Right, those would be top 2.
Yeah.
Bridgewater, Rudolph.
Because I don't even know how I can even sell that to 2 gloves right now.
I think
like,
what
I
hurts
can't even
Bridgewater is
sell
he's
that,
going to
bro.
cost more, like you brought up.
Yeah.
Mason, I think you could bring back on the men.
Yeah.
Knows the system
And
already.
you can't justify paying 2 gloves more.
No, especially with you already having
when you
Mitch.
already have Mitch, you can't justify that. Yeah. Oh, man. That
Mason,
sucks.
welcome back.
Oh, that sucks, man. Maybe it is Nick time. Hey, man, it worked last time he was in Pennsylvania. So maybe it was the same connection. It's the Pennsylvania thing with Andy Weidel. We got the cheat code. Yeah.
Again, if we got him, whatever.
Yeah.
He'd probably be a good locker room guy. He's had a lot of experience. He went on the Super Bowl, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it would hurt having him in the room.
And not a
with,
distraction.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the other part.
I don't think there'd be really a downside to bringing him in. Yeah, there's not really a downside. I mean, maybe that's the best way to put
Fair
it.
enough. Yeah. I like that.
Unless
not a
you're paying
downside.
him too much,
Yeah.
there's not a downside.
Yeah.
I don't think the upside's really there anymore.
Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah,
'Cause-
you're in a bad spot either way.
I'm about to say the only other big name quarterback, I think Cam Newton. But once again, we're still questioning health with him. So, yeah.
I think, if you're down Pickett and you're down Trubisky, you're making serious calls to Big Ben.
I think I'm calling two.
I think that's the option.
Like right now?
I think that's what's happening.
All right.
Yeah, you're making some serious calls to 7.
Okay. And if he said no, because he's fully into the podcast and retired life, who will be next on your list? Are we trading for something? What we doing?
Is Mason already in house?
Oh no!
If Mason's already in house, you go with him.
I just think that's a great. Like, I don't know how that relationship gets to that. Like, we just like, yo.
Yeah, you're passing up Mason. So in
That's
my scenario,
like, you're passing up again.
You're signing Mason. You're signing Mason right now, but Trubisky and Pickett go down.
You see what I'm saying?
You're calling Ben.
Like, bro, like,
you're calling Ben and saying, Mason, it's still
this?
not your time. We're calling 7.
And then if 7 says no, now we're like, okay, now Mason, now it's really your go.
Yeah,
like,
I think
bro,
that's
what?
He's the 4th option actually. Even though it could be 3rd on the depth chart,
like,
he's actually the 4th option because you call it Big Ben.
Yo, I don't see that, man. I just, that's a tough one, bro. That's a tough one.
That's how I'm handling the
That is
quarterback
a
room.
very tough one right there, bro. Jeez.
Yeah, it might just be Tanner Morgan's job.
Yeah, let's go.
But again, we're calling Ben before we put in Tanner Morgan. If Mitch and Kenny go down, we're calling Ben before.
Salute to 7.
Tanner Morgan, you're not getting any time. You're just on the roster.
Salute to 7. He say, yo, you just got a jersey on, and you just here for the depth chart. But 7 is getting in before you ever touch this field.
You're working with the young receivers. You're just getting some reps out there.
But what if he's our Brock Purdy? We'll never know if he doesn't get the opportunity, man.
Brock Purdy's Brock Purdy.
Until he turns into Tanner Morgan. Or it's Jimmy Garoppolo, or it's Tom Brady. Nobody knew who these guys were until they got that opportunity, man.
Right.
Yeah, so he just needs opportunity, bro.
No, not this time. Going up 7, and actually someone's bringing up you called Duck as the 4th option.
Did Duck retire? Is he still active? He's still playing.
I'm not sure.
He's
I think
right
he's hunting.
somewhere.
I think he's duck hunting.
He's definitely duck hunting with the duck call. Did he ever do the AAF or why he never did like XFL or USFL?
He did he try Canada?
Yeah. But I'm like, why you ain't try one of them? Yeah.